scouted though.
Yeah, they did have a ward mid. Will EG just look to avoid this, or can they try and maybe turn this into an advantage for them by playing with that information? Looks like they're just getting out of there.
I don't think they're in any position to take a fight versus these two Necro 3s.
They need to at least sort of have that first major item on Sumail, get him his BKB.
If he has the BKB, then he can actually use the flak and take out that Necro book for his teammates, but they're going to need that real badly. They're still just in catch-up mode as Sochi looking to put the pressure on with this push with all these books available.
There they go. They're in. They're absolutely in. Snowball forward from Jax, looking to lead in. They've got the global silence OG as well. EG are able to step forward. Can they really start something off? S4 already getting bursted down to half health by the Spark Wraith. As the army of these Necro books are pushing onto the tier 3 tower, Fly loses his life there to Thompson, and Seb jumps in, takes apart S4. OG at 18 minutes in, they're taking the tier 3 tower. They're onto the barracks against this Drow lineup of EG.
The Fire Spirit killed the book and he just dies.
That's Crypt. He'll hold back the charge. He knows that he can't get in on this. They can't seem to do anything to keep OG off these barracks. That is a melee rack stun.
Arteezy denied it.
He did get the deny. I mean, as hard as he tries, Arteezy, it does still mean you're on EG rather than the other side. But 22-6, OG. I mean, what's EG's plan? They are really backs against the wall. A second time as well. They changed things up with the draft. I mean, we heard sort of what from OG's coach. They were very confident in their draft. They felt that they knew exactly how EG was going to play this series out.
I mean, for EG, they have to just be in full recovery mode. They have to just wait for more items to come out. They can't take fights into OG by any means right now with what they've got.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
And Seb looks to make an aggressive play. EG start to respond, but the TP gets cancelled by Fly. Arteezy's trying to soak that space that his team is providing, but OG, they're already setting up. They're looking to go for this mid push.
This will be another tier 2 tower taken by OG. With very little that Evil Geniuses can do to stop it.
They have such a hard time even killing the books because of that. The Arc Warden, they just put down the magnetic field and their heroes are majorly ranged. They can't actually take them out. We're going to see it happen again here. They have the Sunray. The flag's starting to come out. As OG does seem to be a little bit hesitant here to not overextend.
Sumail really does have to be careful. You see how much damage he takes when he kills off those Necro books without the BKB.
Yeah. They actually, it's 20 minutes. Looks like they're prioritizing just getting those bounty runes to keep their advantage going. You see Thompson is now starting to go for the, end the game build. Go for a pipe so that they can't actually kill those.
I mean,
with the pipe and the Arc Warden, you can have the double pipe with your Tempest double. Can work very, very well.
And especially with that, how do EG sort of de-push or clear waves? They don't.
They don't really.
They don't.
It's the Fire Spirits and the Sunray for the most part, especially if that magnetic field comes down. Sumail almost having that BKB. They're helping him farm it. Everyone's giving him all the last hits here in the jungle. But OG not giving them much breathing room as they stay in that mid lane. Their books 20 seconds until the Lycan's up. Arc Warden a bit longer.
They've got a full basher on Seb as well. Seb forward straight in, looks towards S4. S4 falls to the back. We'll be fine. A little bit of an early global.
Yeah, that's the second time. They also did that up top.
It works out up top at the end of the day where they got the melee rack, so it may work out again here mid as tier 3 tower is going to go down. Thompson finds it, moves in towards Fly as EG just getting forced back away from their barracks here. OG, they're on top of the rack, they'll charge forward, they'll look for the cooldown. Can they get the fight going? EG, but Seb's on top of Sumail. Seb will go down. Sumail's full, but OG's pretty low. They lost Thompson, they'll get the Sunray out onto a second and it falls. They'll snowball forward onto his fall, but OG, they've only got 3 left alive. Thompson's going straight for the TV off the charge. Quick gets the kill. No damage. Jax, EG hold! And they had to pull it out there, EG. They absolutely did. They lose that fight, they lose that Rex. It is game over. They're going down to the lower bracket, but they pulled it off. They pushed OG away, they get the team wipe, and the game still goes.
The stars align perfectly as they get a multi-hero charge disabled. The Supernova's defended all the way in the backlines, and Sumail able to just throw that barrage from the backlines before he had the BKB too. Provided so much damage with that disable coming in from Crit.
EG already ready to pounce and make another play. They look towards Seb. They've got the charge. Seb's already popped the enrage. They look with the gust to kite him up. More TPs are coming in from OG. Can they kill Seb off in time? They can. Oh, the snowball save. Jarrett, he's managed to save him for now, but Seb's very low. S4 slides across. Seb's still alive. S4 gets the kill, but now he's in deep. The Sunray from Fly healing him up. S4 trying to run himself away. Crit charges through. Gets through them with the charge back. They've got the silence on there. That's going to be added over the lake. And Jarrett, homing missile on top of the EG. They find the third, and they've pulled the game back to a point where the net worth is even.
Such
Evil
a
geniuses.
Such a positional advantage there from EG. The gust from Arteezy connecting on 3. The crit follow-up charge. They make their way in that Roche pit now.
I can't quite believe that we're seeing this sort of a turnaround. EG with this lineup, it sort of looked like all was lost. It was sort of starting to be questioned, was this sort of a Spirit Breaker pick too far? But bam, those last couple of fights. Sure, they're still down to Raxon on the top row, but other than that, the momentum, it's starting to get to the point where it's in EG's hands.
Yep, they claim that net worth lead for the first time here. As they start picking up those big items. Aegis and Cheese is going to help a lot for those fights too, and Fly, as well as those levels. Level 12 now, so that stronger that stronger Supernova that they can defend easier. Also, look at the gold they all got. 2,500 on the Phoenix. Arteezy picks up a Yash after the Hurricane Bike. Everybody pretty much got 2,000 gold on EG, as well as a Vanguard on crit. So a lot tankier for him to just go for those charge throughs. As we've still mentioned, they still lack the disable to stop the charges.
They can't stop it. We're seeing in those last two fights, Crit, if he gets the right angle, he knocks back 4 of them at a time.
Yep. If they can line it up with the charge with the gust, that's going to be their key to success versus OG. As OG, they get halted pretty damn hard. And they've committed heavily for this push. With those double Necro Books, Thompson committed fully for that pipe as well.
As you say, if it's getting close to the point where Sumail can just pop that BKB flat down the Necro Books, that's just going to be more gold into his bank.
And he's queued up the Blink Dagger now.
I like it. And look at this smoke play now from EG.
And look at that win probability too.
They did have the ward up on the high ground. I think that was sort of around it.
Yeah, they saw it.
So Seb, he's going to position himself to dispel the smoke, ready with a blink out, bam. They knew, and they were ready to be prepared to stop EG from getting away with a kill attempt. EG can look towards the mid-tier 1 tower though. They've got the creep wave pushing forward.
Anna's pushing bottom with his books, or with one of the books at least.
They've got the vision on the high ground and the charge forward. Global Silence comes out, trying to stop EG from getting on top of Seb. Seb, positive overpower, turns towards Crit, but Sumail's on top of him. They get stunned up with the homing missile. Sumail with the BKB and the chase down finds the kill onto Seb. Seb's down. To be careful of Thompson's Tempest double. Bottom lane is indeed getting heavily pressured. Jerax found out by Arteezy as they kill off 2 evil geniuses. Azana will come back. They were able to split that up nicely, EG. They did take a bit of damage there onto the tier 3 on the bottom lane, but they could take the fight in the mid lane and get back before any sort of serious damage was done by Anna with that split push.
Yeah, they made sure not to overcommit. They were pinging bottom non-stop during the fight while it was happening. So they knew that they couldn't actually go for any more kills. They had to put some attention onto Anna's Lycan. We got a game on our hands on.
We certainly did, especially considering that this certainly looked to be a game that EG was going to get run over in, but that no longer is the case. They've found that crucial fight that sort of kick-started everything off. As you can see, the levels looking great. S4 and Arteezy both sitting at level 17.
Yep. And they've got those
2 levels of
extremely crucial items. That BKB on the gyro, he doesn't have as much fear anymore to clear those books. And getting close to that Blink Dagger so he can close the gap, as they kind of have been in a lot of situations anyway, from OG walking into them, to look for those pushes.
S4 nearly with a goal for that full BKB.
Yeah, and S4 level 17 as well as Arteezy also level 17, the 2 highest levels in the game, followed by Sumail 16.
Charles gets the tower, deny mid. But certainly these next 3 fights, ready to see the player Sumail, that signature Blink Dagger that you talked about, ready to go. There's the smoke ups there from EG.
They're feeling their power.
EG are ready to jump, keep this pressure that they know that they can absolutely use to take fights now.
Especially with that Aegis and Cheese still on.
Found the big one. Thompson, they're on top of them. Charge out straight away, they get the gust through as well. The shards will come down to hold Sumail back, but it's not enough to save Thompson. They get on top of the Arc Warden. That's Jerax. She's coming in the mid lane, starting to pull those creeps away to stop them from getting away with a push on top of the kill. They're looking for more action up top though. As Crit's in with the charge, they get the gust in onto Anna, but Anna with the TP escapes. Crit finds the connection onto Seb. No-Tail's there, but so is Sumail. Sumail jumps on top of No-Tail. Global silence comes through. Seb will TP out, but Sumail's there with the chase down, looking for No-Tail. No-Tail trying to juke his way around the trees, but the group of EG is there to finish him off. Or maybe he can't. Can he get away? Surely not.
No.
They've got the vision. He'll pop us out, won't save him. S4's in with the impetus.
Radiant's top tower.
As Crit just going from action to action straight towards Jerax. Jerax is TPing actually up towards the top, so Crit says, okay, we'll fight up there if you want to. The charge will be onto Arteezy. Jerax blinks away behind the tower. Crit not interested in trying to push the issue as Thompson is back in the game. Knows there's the chance for an Arc Warden TPing in, so he'll play it cool. Seb on the hunt.
He's committing far
He
forward.
is. He just goes straight into them there. Arteezy with the gust. Crit with the ult. Seb
Way too deep into the high ground.
absolutely. I mean, they knew that there was a good number of EG probably still hanging around. Seb trying to charge forward. They didn't have vision on the high ground. Arteezy hitting the easiest gust of his life to set it up. And obviously at this point in time, not really a whole lot that Seb can do to react to that. Doesn't have the BKB complete yet. He has to be careful with that aggression.
Arteezy is carrying salves around too. He had 3 at one point, so just looking to stay on the map, not trying to go back to base at all. As they also have earn charges on Crit. And then almost the full Shivas finished for Fly.
And the full Crimson Guard on Crit.
These two supports just got so much stronger for from all these situations happening. Shivas is going to help so much versus all those books, and it summons.
That's Crit. They're going to get on top of Mana. Holds back though. They know there's backup, and now with the ult coming out from Mana, OG are going to look to try and fight. They're looking for the chase down onto S4. S4 getting forced back. Crit's going to be the one left behind at the moment as Anna turns towards him, but he's tanky with the Crimson Guard. Anna can't pipe through it.
He's got 2,000 health with 18 armor when he activates. That was the shapeshift used.
That was. Doesn't find OG anything in terms of kills or objectives. It's a huge army, as you see, of illusions, necrobooks being maneuvered around the map by OG. Some out. He's ready to farm some of them up. And let's try to here, see if any of them can get away. That last one, now getting the money. A couple of hundreds there, 400 gold for the man.
And you can
Gets
feel
those
how
units.
you can feel how the tides really have turned. How before it was EG for a bit of time, they couldn't actually take the fights into OG's lineup, but now OG, they actually just can't take a 5-man fight into EG because all the gold they have acquired in levels.
As we've seen though, with OG's lineup, there's definitely potential for different playstyles to come out. They have this Arc Warden, they have this Lycan. EG have to be careful at the split push in the round.
OG's got to look to get people picked off when they're split up, as Crit might be that target as those bounty runes are spawning.
Trying to man up against that archer there, but indeed, OG got their eyes on him. Sumail and Fly, Arteezy, they're ready to join him. Around that 30-minute rune spawn, so Crit will be able to pick it up.
Radiant are scattered.
OG, do they really want to try and jump this? Doesn't look like it. They'll just send Thompson's Tempest double in to scout, give a bit of information.
They have to play that split push game now. Look for that number advantage in the fights.
Buy self right.
Zana very close to having the full Assault Cuirass online, which certainly will help against this Drow Ranger lineup of EG. There's Thompson, build wise, as we can see, scanning at the Dagon towards S4 in the middle lane, but don't really have a way of getting on top of it. And with that BKB and still with the cheese in his pocket, S4 feeling pretty invincible.
Ooh, they look like they want to go for Arteezy here.
Here they go with the ult. Can they get on top of him? They get slowed down by the flux. He'll look to get himself out of there with the Manta. Does at the back of a Crit. Crit by his side, and so's Fly. He's got a lot of friends with him, Arteezy, so easily hold back sort of the army, chasing him down. Crit charges forward. Doesn't look to commit. It's just the Tempest double from OG being put onto the front lines.
Too hard for them to walk into EG when they've got that 4 or 5 man around them. They just have so much extra control, so much extra team fight over OG. As we see that advantage growing more and more now. EG at a 20,000 experience lead now in this game.
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah, the gold's not that
set them
much.
apart. I mean,
Yeah,
as we sort of saw earlier, it's mainly the levels on Arteezy and S4. The mid lane thought about S4, does get jumped upon. Forces himself back, and again, they just don't quite have the follow-up lockdown to hold him in place. As you can see, sort of in terms of stuns, OG's lineup is relatively lacking.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the Tusk, like we've been saying, for the majority.
Again, just control around that pit.
Yeah, it's up in 5 seconds.
In terms of team fight around the pit,
EG's is very, very strong in comparison.
they've got that egg. The only sort of worry OG's is the global silence, but as we've seen, EG's sort of been able to time their fights around it, wait it out, and immediately re-engage after the global silence is used.
It's hard for them to get the catch on top of that global now because of the disadvantage that happened in that mid lane. Thompson does hit the
Sentry
smoke.
down.
Smoke is broken. Crit,
Crit.
commits forward.
Thompson's just sitting there on the front lines of it all. The global comes out, the BKB and the rocket barrage is already out. Thompson just sitting all on his own as well. There was no members of OG by his side. They do manage to get the courier, Jax, with a quick uppercut. But with that Thompson kill,
Rosh is
EG,
up.
they're into the Rosh. This is the Refresher Shard Roshan as well. And it looks like they are going to have no trouble in taking this. 30 seconds without the Arc Warden. OG can't contest it. They'll be able to grab it all, Evil Geniuses.
I wonder who takes the refresher, Sumail. Or they might just give it to the Phoenix and just have it fly sit in the back lines. It's a 7k advantage, and the experience just continues as well for EG. OG's game plan just halted after that mid-push
Look, as
went
you said,
sour.
this experience, 20,000 experience difference. Which was expected sort of at that sweet point when it was even. That was when OG were making that play with the push mid, and then it all sort of crumbled. Seb, middle lane, pops the BKB in the enrage, trying to bring down Crit, does find the bash, but the damage, it's too much. He gets
too
tied
tanky.
up, gets taken down, Crit's able to walk it off, and now they've got their eyes on No-Tail. Crit coming in with the charge. They're diving deep underneath the tier 2 tower. Snowball from Jax does hold back Arteezy. As Arteezy gets taken out, No-Tail's still alive here. Maybe EG's dove a little too far this time as he's getting surrounded. Crit trying to find No-Tail, but he can't quite do it. No-Tail survives. EG's just lost 2. The Supernova comes out on the high ground. Jax has the Snowball, keeping himself safe from the stun of the Supernova. Blink out as well. Jax able to make the escape. S4 falls forward, trying to finish off Jax, but he's inside the bubble. S4's inside the bubble as well. The shards are down, but S4, he's now in deep. He's getting bursted pretty low, but he has the heal of Fly Sunray.
Fly used the refresher shard just in case there to put that Sunray out. Not want to take any risks since they lost a couple heroes there. But now Ana does have a haste.
He's still on the high ground. He's straight on top of Sumail, Seb. Coming in as well. The buyback comes out from Jax, and response comes out from Crit. Ana's being charged. We'll see if anything could be set up with this buyback. Sumail still incredibly low. He has got the Aegis, baiting them him up to the high ground. They'll pop the
charge
Aegis,
coming
but
through.
Crit ready to join. Straight in, on top of the Lycan. Can he finish Ana off? Seb, he's trying his best to go at it here. They do find the egg, take down the Supernova, but the pure damage from these impetuses, is it enough? He's been silenced, S4, so limiting the right clicks, but they still find the kill on Seb. Seb down for 50, Thompson with the double dive. Burst 1, looks to Crit, buyback from Fly. Crit getting surrounded now by OG members. In comes Fly again with that buyback, but the stun from the Snowball. Jax having to catch the Icarus dive. They have managed to find a double killer for Thompson. Thompson now going for the TP out, makes it away. S4 can't quite get the damage through in time. Arteezy does have vision on Jax from the high ground in the river with the gust. Again, they'll find another. So EG, with the buybacks, able to sort of slow things back down. Does cost them the buyback on both Crit and Fly.
Radiant
Ooh, I'm loving the
are
stagging though. This is fun. We didn't get to see it the other day when I think it was Paparazzi who queued it up and then kept changing back and forth. Now we actually get to see it displayed, how much he can actually do with it with that powerful magic burst on his Temple Stubble as well.
We're starting to see though as well how much damage S4 is able to kick out in these fights.
Yeah.
He's sitting on about 5k gold. He's got the Monkey King bar queued up,
And
ready
same
to
thing-
pick up.
Same with Sumail too. It's like sure he dies, but he's got the flak back up as soon as he respawns, and he's got an ag in him. So when whoever's next to him gets hit that much harder, he's able to freely flak in this situation, catching all of the OG members inside of the call down as well. And Crit still being that nuisance with these charges coming through. It's very hard for them to stop it. They were able to get the egg though because of the commitment forward from Seb in that fight.
He had to go pretty damn deep for
He
it though.
did. It's his job. He really has to for his team, especially if the Arc Warden's not in position for it. It's going to be the full commit forward for that burst from Thompson as he goes and queues up the Ethereal Blade. That's a lot of damage.
Back to a 52-48 at 36 minutes as well nonetheless.
Very nice. EG, they are smoked up. They're looking to try to catch somebody. They know OG wants to be doing this split push, splitting up off the map, looking for as much farm as possible.
Dire's top shrine is under attack.
Who will be the culprit? Fly going in to put a deep ward. They will catch vision of Jerax with this, and this could look like that's the kill that they want. He has a blink,
And they see him.
but he can't.
Yeah, well, the Shivers Guard giving the vision, finding Jerax in the trees. Jerax taken out. Push starting to come in top though. Fly's going to be there to help deal with it. So is Arteezy and Crit. Fantil forward him, coming back to make sure that OG can't get the pressure instead. Look at the jump. Can he find the bash? Gets the silence, the bash. With the global committed, they find Fly. Flies down without buyback. As Arteezy and Crit, can they get something in return? They try with the answer. Seb pops the BKB, continues to back up Thompson, sending the Tempest up over the side, goes to the Dagons on S4. S4 pops the BKB straight away. Now they're looking for the disengage. OG, no tail, TP in out, gets away before Crit connects with the charge. They will lose the Tempest double.
Pretty decent escape though. Fly's worth a lot of money. Still, even when Seb has to jump forward like that.
Seb's looking to go back in. Arteezy's coming out for farm. He doesn't expect them to still be here. He didn't think that Ana and Seb would stay behind and look for the kill. Seb jumps in. Arteezy pops the cheese. The match shot with the bash is there. Arteezy's gone for 80 seconds. Sumail, Crit trying to sort of fix this situation. They want to fight back. They've got the vision with the homing missile and the charge onto Seb. They're going with the ultimate. Seb has the enrage. The homing missile holding him in place during it though, as Seb will try and fight back, but the damage is too much from Sumail with the rocket barrage. So just as much as Arteezy sort of stuck around too long in that top lane, Seb gets caught out as well in return.
But they really closed that gold lead that EG was starting to get. They were getting close to that 10,000 mark. It's only 1K now, and Thompson reclaims that top net worth, as he will have an Ethereal Blade very soon. And the damage coming out from him. That BKB on the Gyrocopter is getting low. How is our other two? Enchantress 7 seconds. We've got Arteezy at 9. So they've got a little bit more freedom in the fights. But Thompson really going to start to dish out that punch when he's got at least one of those Ethereal Blades. Trying to do the math on the damage, but it's very high. Over 2,500 damage if he actually does the combo with that Ethereal Blade. Looks like he should be able to kill almost anybody on the side of EG if he does actually combo it when he's got the double.
Crit's got the gem picked up now as well, so EG as a whole can start to really work on the D-wards and make sure that Crit can continue to make these charges without being spotted out by the vision that OG have put up on sort of EG's side of the map.
They see Fly right now stepping forward. They even got the scan off. Most of EG in the area though, and they are getting spotted by that ward.
Does Jerax want to commit though? He's on the high ground, Snowball primed.
Bounties get claimed. We've got that 40-minute mark. Double runes starting to spawn out. We see that DD top.
Well, Seb doesn't actually grab it. Seb was right next to it. They want to pick it up.
He got scared. There we go. No-tail kills it. And Sumail is invis and joining the fight with a full Satanic picked up. So I have to imagine next is going to be the Blink. Okay, yeah. To close that gap on Thompson so he can get the double combo off with his Tempest double.
As we can see, so overall there, just EG showing the big difference. The amount of farm gold from Creeps, about 10k difference. And from that orange number, actually the yellow one, 3.04k. The most gold that they have got EG as a lineup from kills has been from killing Seb. He's fed 3k gold at the moment, most on the map.
So now S4 will almost have that Agonized picked up after the MKB. Wants to be able to deal with that magnetic field, so had to go for the MKB first. Such a close game.
It's Crit doing a good job there of cleaning up the wards from OG.
It's all so much about this Rosh, just how important it really is. EG staying in this area, taking out that vision with that gem that they picked up from Crit, wanting to control this area. As OG starts that split push on the side lanes.
Snap. And missile onto Jerax, immediately TP's out. Even with that extra charge speed on Crit, not quite enough to close the gap.
Crit having that level 20 is actually pretty important in these team fights too. He can look to set up some multi-hero charges a lot easier with this. And also be able to address that split push that's been coming out.
Here we go, Crit.
Look how fast
And
he can commit
Thompson
forward.
straight away on top of them. Thompson does get the E-Blade out. The Global Silence as well from N0tail, trying to stop this attempt onto Thompson's life. Thompson using the Tempest double edge to send an E-Blade charge out onto him, but it's not going to save him. Thompson gets taken down.
Under control.
Gets caught up as well.
He's got no buyback.
They don't have
Neither of them
buyback.
do.
80 seconds without the Lycan or the Arc Warden, and EG, they're ready to look for more. Jax into the snowball with the homing missiles out. Crit charges in. Seb does jump forward, look for the commit onto Smell. Smell gets forced to the side. Another bash comes out from Seb. Seb can't quite finish off the kill though. They're kiting Seb up. Seb's going to go down. There's full down on OG. Seb buys back. But Jax, Anna, Thompson, they cannot buy back into the game. Crit straight in on top of N0tail. N0tail buys back. They do not have a buyback available on Seb. As OG are able to get 3 back in to try and form some sort of a defense, but EG take the mid-set of Rags.
And they're getting healed up by Fly. They're looking to keep going.
More kills. They get the guns down onto Jax. Jump forward from Simel with the rocket barrage. Finds Jax. Jax
going
now
to end
down
it.
for 80. They're straight down the middle lane. Can they do this here, EG? They've got 25 seconds before Anna's back in the game. They're onto the tier 4 towers. N0tail trying to lead forward with the Glaives to push them back, but Crit charges in, keeping N0tail head back away from the team. EG, they're onto a second info. Seb trying to commit onto the fly, but there's the strike. Crit with the bashes, the control. He does get back to return, and Seb gets taken down. The Ancient exposed. EG looking to close the game up. The GG is cool. EG drawing this series to a game 3 after what has to be one of the roughest openings, the roughest first 15 minutes of a game that we've seen EG have, but they came back, they kept their cool.
It looked like if that one fight did not go in EG's favor at that base push, we could have just seen the game over and OG could have just cleaned it, but them getting multi-hero charges off from Crit in the fight, getting that supernova in the backlines, all the stars aligning perfectly for EG
It
on
really
that Rax push.
And it really was, what a show to see from EG.
Yeah.
Because at the start, as you said, it really did look like the Spirit Breaker pick, what's it all about, but then Crit, from that defense in the mid lane onwards, he ends the game 2-7-29, involved in 31 of the kills, the most on EG's lineup. He did so much with this hero that we just don't see other teams touch. Crit on the Spirit Breaker, leading the charge literally, as EG are able to tie the series at the moment 1-1. We're going to a game 3, but for now we're going back to the panel.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. We have a series on our hands, tied 1-1 between these two teams.